Hey guys, welcome back to G.SWIFTS Garage. What sort of weather have we got today? Bit overcast here in Perth, Australia. It's good though. It's a bit muggy but not so hot. And what are we up to today? We're back on the Dodge, guys. So I came across these 8 3/4 big brakes on Marketplace the other day. So that's my original one, and that's the ones I bought, which are a lot bigger, heaps bigger. Pretty much complete units, got all the pads and the cylinders and everything. Look like they'll work alright. Just a lot of bloody rust on them. They've been sitting around for a while. So I've already stripped one side, taken all the hardware off, and the other drum. I've got them stewing in this vapor rust. I've never used it before. That's it there, vapor rust. I was going to sandblast them in my little sandblaster, but these drums are so bloody huge. Yeah, I can't bloody manoeuvre properly to give them a good sandblasting. I can do the backing plates alright. Just these these drums are bloody too big. You can see there they're bloody all rusty. So I decided to get some vapor rust and see how it works. I've just put those in there. There's one drum in there and one side's hardware. I don't know if you can see all the stuff in there. So I'm going to let that stew overnight and see what it looks like tomorrow morning. See if this stuff works. I've seen a few guys using it on YouTube, so I thought I'd give it a try. Yeah, go with the bigger brakes, which will be a lot more stopping power, which will be good. Okay guys, that's the next morning. Just gonna have a look at these parts, see how they turned out. They've been in there overnight, so yeah, from here they look nice and clean. I'll just pull this drum out. Just let it drain off a bit. So you get 5 litres in that container. It's not quite enough. I got to keep flipping the drum over because it's so big. Quickly try and get it on the table up here. Definitely made a big improvement. Yeah, definitely a big improvement. I think it needs to stay in there a bit longer. Maybe another day. Front looks nice and clean. Still a bit on these sides. Yeah, I think she needs a bit more. The drums anyway. pulleys all these other little bits out. That cylinder come out nice. Yeah, all these bits and pieces are nice and bloody clean. All the hardware. Yeah, all the hardware's good. Mint is. So I think it's a win on the hardware, but I think the drum needs to sit in there another day and night. So I'm going to whack it back in there, check it a bit later on this afternoon, see if it's any better. So just going to spray all the hardware in the cylinder down with brake cleaner, just to neutralise all that vapor rust. I don't actually know what's in that vapor rust, what sort of chemicals, could be acids. So I'll neutralise it with the brake cleaner and that should stop it from working. Yeah, should be all good now. Okay, so finally getting some paint on these parts, brake parts, backing plates. I sandblasted those, painted those black, gloss black, had some engine enamel lying around, VHT, heat proof, flame proof, so that'll be good for these drums. Bit of an orange theme going on here, taking it back to the old school. Well, as far as the vapor rust goes, yeah, I suppose it does the job, but just takes too long. Had one drum cooking in there for a couple of days and still didn't get all the rust off, so I ended up just squeezing them into my sandblast and sandblasting what I could. Come up pretty good. Yeah, wire wheel on the drill, bit of that going on, but yeah, came up alright. Lot better than what they were anyway, especially to put some paint on them. So I'm just going to give them a squirt. Man, this stuff's good to spray. Even though it's just a rattle can, goes on bloody nice. Okay guys, so cleaned these diff parts up today. Cleaned the diff head out, gave that a good wash. So that's all ready to put back into the housing. Just put in some got no gasket for the diff head, so I'm just using RTV. Just a thin bead around the centre of it there, and it should be right to drop the diff head in. So I'm just going to finish off putting this RTV on. Been another hot day in Perth, Australia today. So I got my scarf on, it's so bloody hot. Sweating my ring out in here in the garage. Yes, I got a nice thin bead around the housing there. Should be right to drop that diff head in. Bloody heavy beast. Just might grab him out of the gloves. Shit, she's not wet. There she is. Looks like she's sitting nice and flat. Cool. Yeah, I'm just going to keep carrying on assembling this diff head, and put all the seals and axles back in. Just whacking these axles back in, clean them all up, clean the bearings, repack them with new grease. Just going to put a bit of oil on this, on these splines. Just so it slides into the diff easier. Can't beat a bit of lubrication. Just like that, just fell in there. It's a good thing about giving things a good clean up. They usually mesh together a lot better. So that's that axle on. Just got to bolt these retainer plates in there. Then I can start putting all the hardware back on, the brake shoes and the drums. Okay, got this diff pretty much complete. Got all the brake shoes and hardware all back in there, rebuilt the cylinders. Yeah, cleaned the drums up. So that's pretty much going to be it for the diff. I still got to do the front pinion seal on it, but I can do that when it's back in the car. So at this stage I'm just going to leave the diff because I've got to do a job on my Harley wheel. So yeah, going to move on to that. Okay guys, doing some work on this wheel. When I originally got the wheel, it didn't come with a spacer and it had no bearings. So I've got to replace that stuff. So got a new spacer kit. Got new bearings, proper Harley Davidson ones. Yeah, it says they're genuine Harley. Yeah, so when I got the spacer kit, it's virtually a cut to length kit. So I had to get this cut to, I measured the centre of the wheel here. 139 mil is what I measured. And it's quite funny because on this ruler I measured the centre of the wheel 139 mil, but on this ruler it actually measures 141 mil. So one of these rulers is telling lies by 2 mil. So when I went to get this cut down, I gave the guy a measurement of 139 mil. And I thought I'd better just check again, make sure, double check. So I got another ruler out and measured again. And then I got the verniers out and measured that measurement. And what I came up with is this ruler here, the top one, is telling the truth, and the bottom one is out by 2 mil. I think that's quite funny. So I don't know where this ruler came from, but it's 2 mil out. It's probably just a cheap one from a swap meet or something. Yeah, this one's from, not too sure, I think it's from Bunnings, Craft-Rite, so that's usually their brand. So this one here is junk, tells lies, so that's going in the bin. So lucky I double checked that, went back to the guy at the engineering shop and got him to cut it at not 139 mil but 141 mil, and now it's bang on. So it goes to show you need to check even your tools. Might be telling lies. Yeah, so what I'm going to do is whack the bearings in and the spacer and see what we come up with at the end of the job. See if my measurements are right, and yeah, what it looks like. Okay, so I got this side bearing in. How I'm doing it is I coat the seat of the wheel with anti-seize. So I smear that all around in the seat of the wheel, and then I smear some around the bearing, and I'm just I just find whatever I can find, like a big socket to match the outer diameter of the bearing, and virtually just tap it in. So that's how I've knocked it in, just the big socket on top of that with the big hammer. Tap it in, and she's you can hear it when it's home and fully seated. Changes its tone when you're hitting it. So that bearing's fully seated and all good. Okay, getting ready to put this other side in, knock this other bearing in. So, pull that out. I've coated the bearing in anti-seize, and then the bearing seat, coated that. Put the sleeve in, that goes in the centre there. That's sitting in there. So that's all ready to knock in now. Got the sleeve in there. So what I do is I just start it. I can probably knock it nearly all the way home with just the hammer, just tapping around the outside of the OD of the bearing. You don't want to be hitting the center because it can hurt the bearing. So just stay on the diameter, the outer diameter. So I've got the hammer on a slight angle. So I'm just hitting the outside. See, that's nearly home already. Probably helps with a big hammer, you don't have to hit it so hard. So now I'll just use these two sockets. Nice firm blow. Try and keep the hammer straight. Virtually there, nice and even. Should hear the tone change. Here it is. Heard the tone change, so that's her. She's all the way home. Just give it a quick couple of taps to make sure. That's her done. So you don't need a lot of specialist tools. Spending hundreds of dollars on bloody specialist tools just to put a couple of bearings in. If you got, you know, common sense and half a brain, you can usually come up with something to do the job. If you got tools lying around, yeah, that's how I like doing things anyway. They call it Kiwi ingenuity. So that's her installed. Nice and even, all the way home. So this wheel's pretty much good to go, ready to go on the bike. So I'm glad that's happy. I'm glad I'm happy with that. That's a spare 3/4 axle I've got. That's perfect. Beautiful. That's bloody good. So I'm glad we caught the old ruler fiasco before it escalated into a shit show. And what I'll do now is just give her a polish up. It's been sitting in the back shed for a while, probably about a year, maybe longer. Give her a polish up, clean her up, and she'll be all ready to go on the bike. Brand new tyre. Hey, by yourself, bro? I thought the bros are coming.
Oh, they've changed plans as usual.
Hey.
Yeah.
Made it, eh?
Yeah. Bit of an adventure.
Later, bro. Okay guys, that's going to be it for this video. I think it got a bit long there, but yeah, we got a few jobs done, so that's good. Yeah, just want to give a big shout out to the old bro that came up from Melbourne for a visit to G.SWIFTS garage. Yeah, rode all the way from Melbourne, 3,600 k's roughly, 5 days up riding and 4 days back to Melbourne, and that's epic. Rode across the Lullaby Desert, him and a couple of mates. That's yeah, that's the hell ride. So yeah, just a big shout out to the old bro Hayden. Made it home safely, so that's all good. And yeah, so that's going to be it for this video. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe, comment, hit the notifications bell, and all that good stuff, and we'll catch you on the next one. Ka kite, guys.